Hey, we're here. Always here. I'm the only one here. But I'm not going to let that stop me. We're going to do this anyway. Some of you will catch it in the replay. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's fine. I know I'm talking to myself. Got very little going on tonight. Not much to cover. Very little to cover. So let's just go for it, and then we'll get done here. And I'll go sit in my easy chair. How's that sound? What we've got is next to nothing, other than the fact that next weekend, this weekend, is the 16th, 5 to 7 is the Arizona City Fire District Spaghetti Dinner. Y'all know what it is. Spaghetti with meatballs, side salad, dessert, bottle of water, $10 a plate. Doesn't sound too bad. So if you get a chance, go by, get your ticket ahead of time, stop by the fire station. Those guys do a heck of a job. Just do anything we can to help them out. All righty. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's talking. Not much happening. Let's see. Of course, Sunday morning, we'll be at Tumblebeans for coffee. Everybody likes coffee. Or caramel macchiato. Or a raspberry frap. But those are a weakness for me. The raspberry black tea is another weakness for me. So keep that in mind Sunday morning. And get that out of there. There we go. So I don't know what y'all got going. I don't have anything going. Linda's been gone for a couple of weeks, back to Missouri, visiting. She had a heck of a time getting out this morning. She made reservations at a hotel near the airport. When they told her they had shuttle service, she made her reservation. When she got there, they didn't have a shuttle. No shuttle. I'm dropping things. So she called Lyft, got confirmed on a Lyft ride early in the morning. Next morning, she got a confirmation saying the Lyft driver was coming. 5 minutes before he was supposed to pick her up, she got canceled. She was not thrilled about that. Got a taxi. Taxi didn't know where her terminal was, so she missed her flight. Got put on standby for the next flight, which finally worked out. She got on that flight, got her connection in Dallas, and that plane must have circled around a while because it was probably 20 minutes late landing, baggage and everything. I sat in the cell phone parking for an hour and a half waiting for her to be ready to go. Got her home. She got in her easy chair and immediately went to sleep. So at least she's back. All right, who showed up here? Says somebody showed up, but they're not talking to me. So seriously, we're 4 minutes into the show and I've covered everything I had to cover. Some of you may not have thought I was here. I didn't put out my announcement early. So I'm here. I'm always here. Even if I forget to announce I'm here. Let's see what's going on. So I had a message from Linda. Well, guys, I don't have anything. If you missed all the one important things I had to cover, you know, George, the hummingbirds have been hit and miss. I had a couple show up, got the feeder all cleaned up and reloaded, and I think they hit it twice. They went away, finally dumped that mixture out, refilled the feeder, put it back out there, and I saw 2 more hummingbirds, and then I haven't seen anything since. Something was hitting it. It was going down for a while, but I wasn't seeing them. How you doing, George? I'm going to tell you, I find that ketchup on pizza thing pretty disgusting. It just doesn't sound good to me at all. Just cannot convince myself that that's a good thing. We got next to no crowd here tonight, so it doesn't surprise me. Here in the park, a lot of the snowbirds are leaving. It's starting to empty out. It's getting to where I like it now. It's nice and quiet. No parties. And I'm getting old and grouchy. So this is going to be a really short run tonight because I really got diddly. I'll look again and see if I missed something. But I don't know. Let me go over my favorite what did I miss spot and see what I come up with. Of course, they're still working on the Sunland Gin Road. That thing's going to take forever. All the pipe and wire relocation, a pain in the neck. So I feel for those guys doing that, trying to do that without screwing up something. Let's see. I mentioned the spaghetti dinner. Boy, there's just diddly going on right now. I don't know if it's a season changeover or everybody's dug a hole and crawled into it. Don't see a thing. Scrolling through. Nada. Nada. So, I haven't got a lot going on. I did set up right there. You can't see it. I acquired a Mac Mini. It's a dual core i7. The one I'm on right now is a quad core i5. They're both 2014s. The one I'm on has what Apple calls their Fusion drive, which loads all the startup stuff and everything onto an SSD part of the drive. And then everything else is over on the just an old-fashioned spinning drive. And the Mac Mini is this one has a terabyte. The Mac Mini has 500 gigabytes, half a terabyte, but it's all SSD. Took me forever to get that thing set up, hours, because it was setting from scratch. But I know you guys don't care. I'm just rattling. But I ran a comparison on it to see how fast the SSD drive, and it's max SSD drive, so it's not the fastest one out there. You can get faster ones. This one's durable. It's about 5 times faster Dorothy's that's going back a ways. Yeah. And then we've only had one here that was actually what I would call edible, and that was after the golf course opened one out there, and it was not terrible. Yes. How's that? Is that a glowing review? Most of them have those frozen processed pork fritter things that they're calling a tenderloin. Not. They're going to put ketchup on your tenderloin too, George. You know that. That's just, there are places that put ketchup on. I've seen people put a ketchup on a good steak. That's just disturbing, to say the least. So, are you getting closer to be set up for a remote, George? I know you use the GoPro, and I know some of those can be set up as webcams. Rhea, we've already put a check mark for absent next to your name. We took names, and roll call was much earlier. Multitasking. No, you can stay. We'd like you to stay. Yeah, those GoPros make a decent webcam. They do a good job. Usually. If I brag on them, there would be a problem. But, George, do you remember David's Cafe up in Archie? Oh, Betsy and good David. She kept her tenderloins there, and then if you wanted a tenderloin sandwich, you had two options. She'd use the meat tenderizing mallet and just beat the hell out of it, and then roll it in milk and eggs and cracker crumbs, and you had tenderloin sandwich. Or you could get just a grilled tenderloin sandwich where she didn't hammer it out flat. And both of those were good. The old school greasy spoon restaurants were some of the best food. They probably wouldn't fly now, but that was good eating back then. And I remember when the little drive-in opened up there in Archie, Stevens, and their tenderloins were huge. And nobody had heard of Susie Q's back then, so we're curly fries. So, don't know what's going on. Nobody's told me anything new and wonderful and great. And every time I've ate at Gray's, it's either been really good or really bad. There didn't seem to be any happy medium there. And sometimes the bad outweighed the good. So I was never that excited about that place. A deep fried burrito is a good thing. I like those. And those tenderloins were big enough for two people. If you got a tenderloin and order a Susie Q's and a milkshake or a malt, you were stuffed. And that was back when I was young and I was actually doing physical work and I could eat. I know. Well, yeah. So nothing's happening in Arizona City. Arizona City is a dead zone this week. Got nothing going on. I scoured the groups looking for announcements, and the spaghetti dinner was the only thing I came up with. But we will be, again, for the people that come in and watch late, we'll be at Tumblebeans at 8 o'clock Sunday morning for coffee. I wish I could sneak into George's place for a pizza. It just sounds good. The pictures always look good. George, I'm going to tell you, I enjoy your little videos over on YouTube. And finally, after 2 months of battling, these little nothing videos are going up on YouTube again. Yeah. Yeah. You have to maintain consistency. It can't be good one day and bad the next. And just, I spent enough time in the restaurant kitchens to know that presentation's important. I can remember standing there stirring five pounds of spaghetti in a big pot to get it ready and making 5 gallons of spaghetti sauce at one time. I wish I had that recipe. Actually, I did have it and I finally gave it up when I was no longer there. I tried cutting that down to like a 2-quart saucepan and stuff. You couldn't do it. If you're putting a pinch of something in 5 gallons, it's a little tricky on figuring out what you're going to put in 2 quarts. Yeah, the chamber. Well, Linda, I don't have that in front of me. When is the chamber lunch? Apparently, they're going to have a speaker, but we have no clue who they are or why they're talking. I think there's a name, but that's all we've got. So I don't know what that's about. You know, I used to just love going to McDonald's for a 1/4 pounder with cheese and an order of fries. They always had the best fries for a fast food place. And I think, where was it we went the other day? Carl Jr.'s. They've got, remember when Dairy Queen used to push their char burgers? And we went to, I think it was Carl Jr.'s, and had one of their char burgers. That was good. By far better than the ones Dairy Queen put out. So kind of enjoyed that. And now we've got Filberto's out here, and I've only been there we've been there a couple of times. I think it's time to go back and try them out again. They're a fast food Mexican place, which is kind of contradictory, but they're decent. They're not anything you'd sit down and write home about, but they're not a bad place to go eat. So there's not a lot here in Arizona City to do. Flashbacks. The best part of flashbacks to me is the old time chocolate malts. The kinds you used to get at the drugstore and stuff like that. Soda fountain. Arizona City, April luncheon will be April 20th at 12 noon. Be held at Tumbleweed Inn. That's over in Eloy. Speaker and member of the month is Mona Wilmot. I have no idea what Mona does. Never heard of her. Food and information. We'll see. Not impressed with the chamber here. So, anyway, I got nothing. I think. There. Where am I? Finger. See those? Right here. See those flashing lights? That's the radio station putting out music. And right now, gee, it's playing Heartache by the Number by Guy Mitchell. In case anybody's forgot, it's the Casey Kasem Top 100 hits from 1954 to 1974. Lots of music. If you don't like a song, wait 3 minutes, it'll play something entirely different. It's on a random play, so you might get 1954 one time and 1964 the next. So I haven't decided what to do about that radio station, so I kind of enjoy listening to it myself when I'm out and about around here. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wind this thing down. I think I'm going to pull the plug. George, I'm glad you stopped in. Glad Linda made it. Glad Rhea made it. I was starting to worry about her. She's old faithful. We count on her. Well, okay. I'm going to wind it up. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good night. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you later.